Hey RV family, keep it high, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morris, the review guy, reviewing music for the love of music, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one, I'm going to be covering the new Perennial Isolation record entitled Portraits. Much anticipated fourth studio-length album by the Barcelona native four-piece black metal band Perennial Isolation, ready to roll up once again and simultaneously make you feel like you want to be depressed and cry in a corner and punch a fucking wall. Perennial Isolation, if you're unfamiliar with them, are a band that thematically and conceptually and lyrically just in general have a lot of similarities to the DSBM scene, but with a much more chaotic and noisy and sort of upbeat sound to them. The isolation on the cover, the winter aesthetic, the constant focus on sorrow and suffering and pain. It's not much to say that this genre doesn't shy away from those things. But Portraits here, it's pretty damn good for blending a lot of different shades of black metal into one. It can become gratuitous in repetition, yes, but the instrumentation on this record is captivating and alluring and just brings you in straight from the get-go. You're getting a lot of naturistic tones and titles. Autumn Legacy underline the Cold's Caress, which is the first official track after a little bit of an intro. Whew. And I must really commend that beautiful introduction that comes before it. And then you just get thrust into destruction, a dismay of blast beats and ripping guitar tones, and eventually banshee wails. I equate these vocals to a specter whose soul and very being and the last little remnant of their humility and humanity is being ripped out before your very eyes as their huskless form is being disintegrated into stardust to float away into ultraviolet, with all of their memories and everything that they once were being just completely demolished right before you. Is that too harsh? Yeah, so what? It may seem harsh, but it speaks volumes to how expressive this album remains. And it continues that. It keeps that trajectory up, and that's something I was really impressed by. It never really got boring in that sense. What was good about it from the get-go pretty much stays stationary and consistent across the entire record. It's never really a dazing record either. It always maintains a lovely array of just very subtle instrumentals that, while they can be noisy and harsh, still have this vivid and lively and lavish atmosphere to it that boasts the sad nature of it. A song like To the Withering Womb is a fantastic example of the sheer range that Perennial Isolation can have on a track. Just the way that it starts with these low guttural growls as well as a general slowness to it all, and the main leading riff sounding like a melodic death metal riff. It just is amazing, and it caught me so by surprise, to say the least. I did not expect it to just read like a harrowing death metal track. But a major flaw is many of these songs can reach lengths that do not necessarily do themselves any favors, I would say, and can run the risk of being, how do I put this, a little bit too overly nostalgic for its own good, too reminiscent for its own good, a little bit sappy. But I respect how the band plays up their twisted style here, man. I really do. I respect the hell out of these 180s and the surprising amount of turnabouts, whether it be the tortured walls on the aforementioned Withering Womb, or the horrifyingly startling layers of embers in the slumbering threshold. Yeesh, that track just terrifies me. Not to mention, this track hits just an impossibly catchy groove that is headbang worthy in the midway point. Like, what the hell? I just have to say, if it was solely Wretches, I don't think this record would have read nearly as good as it does. The layer work on this record, instrumentally and vocally, is just amazingly good. Bravo to the audio mixer that put this all together. On paper, Portraits is not the most advanced or the most boundary pushing or envelope pushing or bar raising atmospheric black metal record that is ever going to come out. But it's how they do it that continues to bring me back to it, and how riveting it is basically from start to fucking finish. It is captivating, it really brings me in, and it's just exciting, and it just sounds good. Yes, on key moments, fatigue might settle in as you're getting hit with more of the generic black metal when it really takes the forefront, but it never takes too long for the band to gallop into a different progression, a devastating layer that just piles onto your chest, a vocal switch up, a crispy groove, a really awesome riff. It really doesn't take them long to continuously change things up. And overall, I'm just really impressed by this record, and it is definitely my favorite in the band's discography up until this point. I'm going to be giving this album an 8.5 out of 10. And that is a wrap. Have you heard this new Perennial Isolation record, Portraits? If you have, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. I would love to discuss this record with you. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is, my name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.